Hello, I'm Jo from Tranquil Times and I'd like to welcome you to today's lesson, which is a Yin Yoga class working specifically on the lung and large intestine meridian. I'm finding at the moment quite a few of my students, they're either post-COVID or colds or flu and having a little bit of difficulty with the respiratory organs. So that's what we're going to practice today. So what you'll need for this class is maybe a block if you're used to sitting on a block to help keep your back nice and straight, and maybe using it for a couple of the other postures. And also I'd like you to gather 3 cushions. The more comfortable that you can make yourself in the postures, the better. So just gathering them now and just meet me back here on the mat. Okay, so just assuming your easy pose, just sitting with your legs crossed, your back nice and straight. And we're going to assume a mudra, which is particularly good for the lungs. There are a couple of different ones that you can do. So what we're going to do is just take in the first, tucking that in so that you're making this sort of shape. And then we're going to take the middle finger to touch the tip of the thumb. So looking at it that way, or like so. Just let the fingers relax. And just placing your hands, just palms facing up on your thighs. Taking your shoulders back and down. Just begin to close your eyes now. So just imagining an invisible cord pulling you up by the crown. Let your spine lengthen even more. And just keep your shoulders down away from the ears. So we're going to take 3 nice deep breaths in and out to begin our practice today. So breathing in and release. Taking another nice deep breath in. And release. And one more. With this exhale, really allow your shoulders just to drop away from the ears. And as you continue these slow, deep breaths in and out now, just allowing your body to begin to relax more and more with each and every exhale. I just want you to simply focus on the flow of breath and life force energy just flowing in and out of your body. So we're going to begin just by taking your attention just to your nostrils. I want you to feel that slightly cooler air as it enters the body and the warmer air releasing. So you can just visualize the air going all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, slowly releasing. Keeping your attention now Still at the nostrils. As we follow the flow of air going up to the top of the nose and then down to the throat. So bring your attention now to the back of your throat. And just feel the air coming and going, passing through here. Now let your attention come further to your chest area. So with each and every inhale, feel the chest expanding and relaxing down with the exhale. Feel that expansion and the relaxation. Then bring your attention all the way down to your abdomen. So as you breathe in, you should feel your belly swelling, pushing out. And as you exhale, rolling back and up towards the spine. So just focusing now for a few breaths. Holding the hands in this mudra for the lungs. The lungs are all to do with the regulation of breath and the intake of energy. They govern the respiratory system, the throat and the nose. And if this meridian is a little blocked, it can cause problems in those areas with the respiratory system, and on an emotional basis, also it can be blocked through sadness or grief. We're also working today with the large intestine, its other partner, and that meridian responsible for the elimination of waste and reabsorption of water. If things aren't flowing freely through this meridian, that is the energy, the life force energy, it can start to cause issues like constipation, abdominal pain, and even a sore throat. On an emotional side, it can start to get blocked if you worry a lot, and if you have real difficulty letting go. Okay, beautiful. So we've held that mudra for long enough now. So just relaxing out the hands. Just rotate your wrists round in both directions, making a fist, and just spreading the fingers. I'm going to do a little tapping on the meridians now. So We're going to start with the large intestine, and we're going to start to take the first 2 fingers and just tap above the top lip underneath the nose. And we're going to change our breath, the way that we're breathing here now. So we're going to take an inhale through the nose, and we're going to exhale, letting go through the mouth. Remember this meridian, all the emotional side of it, about any difficulty we have letting go. So as we breathe in, let go with a sigh. Let's just do a little more there. And then just give both hands a shake down towards the earth. We're going to move on to an area on the lung meridian. So it just snakes around this upper body area. And we're going to find a point just underneath the collarbone. We have a kidney point that I often work on, which is around about here. But you need to come up a little more. So if you just feel around underneath the bone and just circle, making some small circles, you may well feel an area, especially if it's blocked, that feels a little bit tender. Now here we can either continue to circle, just massaging this area as we breathe, or if you prefer, you can tap on it like so with the fingertips. Okay, so just do what feels right for you. So again, just inhaling deeply through the nose and let go. Out through the mouth. Just one more breath. And again, just shaking down to the earth. So after the lung meridian is snaked up, it goes up to the top of the shoulders here. And then it starts to come down the arm. The large intestine does the same thing. It comes down the middle of the arm, and one of them goes to the thumb. So we're going to use a knuckle tapping movement now. So with the palm facing up, you're just going to tap all the way down. And stay with this same breath, letting go out through the mouth. I'm going to do this 3 times on each arm. And just shake out again before we go to the opposite side. So working on the opposite side. Inhale deeply. And let go completely. Fabulous, just shaking out. Okay, so from there, just taking the hands back behind you, taking the shoulders back, and just release the legs out in front of you now. Give the feet a flex and a point, and just rotate the ankles after you've been sitting there for a little while. Okay, so from here, I'd like you just to meet me on your mat in table pose. So we're going to get on hands and knees. I'll move that block out the way now. And place these cushions out in front. If you just keep your cushions somewhere where they're accessible. So placing the hands directly under the shoulders, gazing back at the knees should be directly under the hips and hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. So just because we've been sitting for a little while before we go into our yin postures, we're just going to do a couple of movements of cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're going to start to lift the head, stretching the chin up, the chest, pointing out, arching the spine. And as you exhale, like you're being pulled up by your bra strap, tucking the chin into the chest, tucking in your tailbone. And as you start to inhale, flowing back in the opposite direction. Just taking this movement at your own pace. If you feel you need to pause at each end or just keep flowing, just do what feels right for your body. And from here we're going to lower into extended child's pose, so you can let your bum come back to your heels, and then slide the hands down in front of you as far as they'll go. Stretch out the fingers, lay the head down to the mat. I'm going to take 2 or 3 breaths just here with nice straight arms to begin. And you go back to that breath through the nose. And then if you wish, just letting the elbows come down to the mat. If you feel that your bum is sticking up in the air a little, or you want to be a bit more comfortable, you can take a cushion and just place this over the back of the heels, in between the legs, like so. If you find that your head isn't quite reaching the mat, you can either lay the forehead on a block or a cushion, like so. But you just want to try and pad out any areas between the body and the mat that aren't fully supported. Remember, both of these meridians run down through the inner arm. So just bringing your awareness to that area. As you settle and soften into your posture, and just simply breathe. Be staying in each posture for at least 2 minutes, maybe longer. It's really important that you're comfortable. If you need to move, just please listen to your body. So you should feel a slight stretch through the arms, nothing major. It should never feel really uncomfortable or painful. And often in Yin, we can give you this scale between 0 and 10, 0 feeling nothing whatsoever, no sensations, and 10 being discomfort or pain. So we really want to try and just find a 4 or 5 on that scale. These postures really are very powerful, working on these meridian lines. Come into the last breaths. Getting ready to prepare to come out of the posture. With your next inhale, just slowly start to raise your head. Come up through the forearms and then just push yourself back up into your table pose. If you've got a cushion behind you, don't worry about it, that's fine. What we're going to do next, we're going to come into melting heart. So you're going to try to keep your knees and your bum in this position at that right angle and just start to walk the hands only forwards. And as you do so, just let the heart melt down towards the mat. If you feel that you need to just move and flow up and down for a moment, just to get into position, and if your head is nowhere near the mat, remember you've got your cushion or your block that can help here. The arms, just keeping the arms nice and straight. So you may be feeling this stretch from the armpits through the shoulder area down through the arms. Just come back to your breath again, just focusing in on your breath. If you wish to use any affirmations during these postures, if you've been having trouble with any of the respiratory organs, maybe just saying to yourself, I breathe freely and deeply. Or maybe I release any worry. Or simply I let go. For the lungs, maybe I release any sadness with every exhale. Okay, we're a good halfway through this posture now, so you may feel that you either want to come out of it a little bit or sink further in. I just want to also mention, if you feel any tingling or numbness in the arms when they're up overhead, you need to come out of posture and just relax. It's often because a nerve is getting trapped. We don't want to make matters worse. Okay, so coming to the last breaths in this posture in our melting heart. So when you're ready, just releasing the straightness of the arms, bring the elbows back towards you. Lift the head. And just coming back up into your table once more. So from here, we're going to lower down onto the chest. We're going to be doing a lying chest opener. So we're going to come down onto the side, and we're going to be doing both sides. So if you just like to come onto the right hand side at the moment, or alternatively, depending on which way you are on your mat, you can always move around. So we're going to take the left hand, the right hand rather, and just slide that down the mat. And you're going to place the left hand just in front of the chest. So just starting with straight legs. And then we're going to bend the top leg, which is the left leg, and just bring that up towards that left palm, just to help support you. Once you are feeling steady and in position, with this left hand, as you inhale, just taking it up towards the sky. And as you exhale, just folding the arm back. And you're going to just let the back of the hand settle in the small of the back. So you really feel like you're opening up this shoulder here. Again, just relax, just settle in. Coming back to your breath. Maybe your affirmation. But just allow your thoughts to flow freely. Okay, so we're about halfway through this posture now, so I'm going to give you another alternative if you wish to work on the legs a little more as well. So the lower leg, the one that is nice and straight on the mat, which should be your right leg, you can bend the knee and start to bring the heel back towards you, and using this hand, just grabbing the toes, the ankle, calf. It might be that you can grab your trousers, but just see if anywhere is accessible for you there. And if you just think you're making that same sort of shape as you would do if you were doing dancer pose stood up. So if this posture is accessible to you and you wish to do it, you should you would probably, no doubt, be feeling quite a strong pull down the front of that right thigh. But remember, we don't want to overdo anything here, so there shouldn't be any real discomfort. If it feels too strong, all you need to do is just bring the knee back a little bit. I mean, it was on the centre line, but a little bit forwards from the centre line, and it'll take that pressure off. But just really keeping that left shoulder nice and open here. Into the last couple of breaths. Okay, lovely. So if you've had that lower leg bent, just releasing it, let it straighten back out on the mat. And for that left arm, as you inhale, just let it rise up. And as you exhale, bring it back down, just bringing the palm somewhere just in front of your face or your chest. And then from here, it's just straightening out the left leg, the top leg. And we're going to roll over and just take our rest pose, coming into crocodile for a moment. So just rolling over on the belly, folding the arms out in front of you. Let the legs go out to the edges of the mat. Lay your head down. Allow your legs to relax up through your torso, into your shoulders, down through your arms to your hands. Noticing any little sensations, any differences between the left and the right hand side. And we're going to prepare for the opposite side. So you can lift your forehead off your hands, slide your legs back together, and from here we're going to roll onto the right hand side of the body now. So just take that right hand down, the palm, just to support you. You're going to take the left arm out in front, nice and straight. Stay on that centre line of the mat as you roll over. Okay, so the lower leg stays nice and straight. You've got this right palm just in front of the chest to support you, and you're going to bend the top leg, the right knee now. Bring it in towards that hand. Take a couple of breaths here with the hand in front. And then when you're ready with the next inhale, we can let that right arm raise to the sky. And as you exhale, folding it, placing the back of the hand in the small of the back here. As you just open up through that right shoulder, everything just relax. Back to your own thoughts, your breath, or your affirmations. I release any worry. I let go. As we're about halfway through now, you have the option to work on the legs a little if you wish. So if you want to do that, you're going to start to bend that lower left leg. Bring the foot up towards your buttocks and just reaching down. Just see if it is accessible. So maybe the tips of the toes, the ankle, maybe just grabbing hold of the trouser leg. So just do what feels right for you. If you take that leg, the knee further away from the center line, you'll feel more stretch down the front of the thigh. If it starts to become too much, just let the knee slide back in past the center line and towards the other leg. So find your 4 or 5 on that scale from 0 to 10. Feeling some sensation, but no discomfort. As you settle and relax again, now slowly start to prepare to come out of posture. You can release the grip on the foot, let that lower leg go, just start to straighten it down again. And with that upper arm, the right arm, as you inhale, lifting up towards the sky. And as you exhale, folding down, bringing the palm in front of the chest once more. Nice and slowly, just starting to straighten the upper leg, that right leg. And from here, we're going to roll back onto the belly. Fold the arms out in front of you, find your crocodile once more. Let the legs go. Allow a sense of relaxation to travel from the tips of your toes, up your legs, into your torso, all the way to your shoulders, down through your arms to your hands. Let go. Noticing the sensation now, hopefully equal on both sides of the body. As we prepare for our next posture, which is Sphinx. So you can let the legs slide back together. And just allow the forearms to rest on the mat. So the forearms should be parallel to the sides of the mat. Just let the fingers spread out a little here. And when we do our typical Yang Sphinx, we can tend to be a lot higher because we're not staying here for so long. But this time you can allow yourself to soften a little bit. Another nice thing that you can do here with the cushions, I think it's really comforting myself, just underneath your belly, you can place a cushion here just for that extra support. It creates like a little bit of warmth there as well. And obviously working on that large intestine area, just really nice. So as you settle into your Sphinx now, and feeling some sensation in this back bend, not too much, not too intense. Going back to your breath, or affirmations, or just your own thoughts. So at least halfway through now, maybe you want to adjust yourself, maybe go deeper into the posture or slacken off a little bit. Just see how your body feels today. Make sure there's no strain in your neck. the last breaths in our Sphinx. Just slowly releasing and just coming into position lying on your back. So removing any cushions and just slowly and gently rolling over. As you do this, I want you to just make sure if your cushions are at the top end of the mat, like mine are, that you just bring them down. I'm going to place one on either side, about the level of my knees. And just have the other one handy, ready to go. Actually, I said lie down on your back. What I meant was just bending your knees first of all. And you're going to place one of the cushions. You want to place one of the cushions quite close in to your spine. We're going to be coming into supported fish with butterfly legs next, hence having these two to support the legs if necessary. So if you start like this, seated with the knees bent, and then just slowly lower yourself down and back. You have the option here to either just work with one cushion if you feel that you want to raise up a little bit more. I'm going to just stick a block underneath so it's still nice and comfortable, but you'll see what happens. So just keeping hold of the outer corners of the cushion there. Just slowly lower yourself down. See how that feels. In fact, my head's not, because my head isn't reaching the mat, that's going to be actually a little bit too high. So I'm going to get rid of that block. I want to just raise up a tiny bit more, so I've got another cushion over here. So if I just slowly bring myself down here now, that feels much better. So it's not, again, not as strong as your yang fish. I'm not quite reaching the crown of my head, but I've still got that length under the chin. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together from here, let the knees come out to the side into your Baddha Konasana. As you know it in Yang, we call this butterfly posture. So lying butterflies. So you can use the cushions if you wish to just pad out the space between the legs. I'm even going to fold those cushions over so I'm completely fully supported there. And then to get that full benefit of the heart opener, the chest opener, just taking the hands out to the side horizontally, laying the head back and settling into posture. Really working wonders for the lungs here. Feel your body relaxing more and more, sinking into each posture with every single exhale. So we've got halfway through now. If it starts to feel too strong on the inner areas of the leg, you can just let the feet slide down towards the ends of your mat. As we come to the end of this posture, just allow your arms to slide back towards your body. Adjust your head, so if it was tilted back a lot, just bring it more into a neutral position, and then let the legs slide all the way down till they're nice and straight again, letting those cushions go. Just take a couple of breaths here in Shavasana with the raised chest. And then we're going to bend the legs one at a time again, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, keep them hip width apart. And then just gently roll over to the right hand side. And you're going to slide out the cushions from underneath the chest here. So finish with that one now, so I'm going to push that out of the way. So as I roll over, keeping the knees bent so that your spine is now completely flat on the mat. We're just going to take another couple of breaths here, just rest breaths. And then you can feel the cushions at either side where they were at the knees. And our final posture for today is supported bridge. So keeping those feet hip width apart, just walk the feet back so that the heels are as close to your buttocks as possible. And then when you're ready, starting to lift your bum up, taking the pelvic area, those lower three chakras towards the sky. And then we can use the cushions, just placing them underneath the bum now. So again, your choice how high up you want to be. So either one or two cushions. You can see, if you're still looking at the screen, that I'm just raising up onto tiptoes, just so that I can easily prop them underneath me. And then as I just let go now, and just turn the palms again, relaxing in this supported bridge pose. Letting go. Just take a nice deep breath in and let go. Take some more breaths like that if you wish. Okay, beautiful. So as we prepare to come out of our supported bridge, just reaching down to the cushions, grabbing, if you've got two, I'm going to take one hand for one hand for the other. So as you take your next inhale, just lifting your bum up again and just slide those cushions out from underneath you. Coming in to your final Shavasana. Let the legs go, feet flop out, let the palms face up. You should already be feeling beautifully relaxed now. So just allow that sense of relaxation to travel up from your feet, just nice and slowly, all the way up to the crown of your head. I'm just going to stay quiet, allow this Shavasana just to be a nice quiet one. You are under no obligation to have to move. You can stay in your Shavasana as long as you like, or as long as you are able. I am Jo from Tranquil Times, and I thank you so much for joining me for this class today. Namaste.